Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, people, you know what it is. More time is more time. I'm the monk, and I'm back with another block rocking stream for you lot. This time is concerning what happened last night with the Queensbury versus MATCHROOM fights out in Saudi Arabia for the Riyadh season, put on by the main man, Turkey Al Sheikh, doing big things for boxing, for the boxing world, you know what I'm saying? Very much appreciated. Love that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was a good night of boxing. Can't lie. All five, well, six fights, including the Bivol fight, was good fights, man. Um, it's been bad news for Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn got whitewashed 10-0, and what makes it even worse is Frank was even getting the bonus points for the knockouts and that. You know what I'm saying? It was tough times for Eddie Hearn, but it is what it is. I heard we're gonna be getting another one. Another one. You know what I'm saying? I heard we're getting another one. So hopefully Eddie picks a better stable of fighters. Before we get into what happened, just want to talk about Eddie's fighter selection for the night. I mean, quite a few of the boxers that he chose I've never seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know they were part of the Matchroom roster. It looked like he just handpicked, cherry picked a few fighters he thought looked decent, including Deontay Wilder. I don't know why he did that, but it is what it is, man. I think Frank used a lot more of his actual stable. The fighters I see Frank using, I see Frank using them often. You know what I mean? They're often on the undercard to the main event in the Queensbury fights put on. You know what I'm saying? Frank looking smug as a bug in a rug. You know what I'm saying? Smug as a snug as a bug in a rug and that. You know what I'm saying? Big Frank Warren, Bricktop, aka Fish Eyes. You know what I'm saying? Got one over on the car salesman, the fucking Jolly Essex lad, Eddie Hearn. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn let the family down, the lineage. I hope his dad boxes him up. You know what I'm saying? But without further ado, let's get into what happened on the night. Starting off with, let me just take a quick look to remind myself. So yeah, we're starting off with Craig Richards. He lost by, was it split decision, unanimous? I think it was unanimous decision to Willie Hutchinson. If you watch my Monks Boxing Breakdown fight prediction, I knew that was going to happen. We had a look at both guys technically, their abilities. Hutchinson has way better technique, way better form, and Richards is a little wild, and he throws punches at some crazy angles. You know what I'm saying? So it's a bit what's going on? My shit dropped out. Fuck knows. Apparently it's dropped out. Let's have a look. Nah, we're back. I think we're back. Are we back? Are we back? Yeah, we're back. We're back. Anyway, yeah. Richards, his technique is all over the place, man. I knew that Willie Hutchinson would come through. Scottish Donny smacked up Richards, made him look like a novice. And yeah, that was a good fight. I like that fight. Willie Hutchinson's first time going the full 12 rounds, and he did well. He took it to him, man, and he made sure that he was getting the better of all the jewels each bit of action there was, he made sure Craig Richards couldn't really do anything about it. I mean, it wasn't for lack of trying. Craig Richards did tried his best. Wasn't good enough though, man. And that set the tone for the rest of the fights of the evening. Frank Warren taking that one, that gave him, what was that, 1 point? That was 1 point. There was no knockout, so there was no bonus points added for that fight. Willie Hutchinson came through, smacked at Richards, and yeah, he left feeling happy. I seen some footage of him in backstage, bawling his eyes out and that, happy with how he performed on the night. And I think it was a great showing by Willie Hutchinson. I think from here on out, I will be following his journey in boxing and seeing how far he gets and what he can do in the game. You know what I'm saying? Because what are they, light? Were they light heavyweight? They look small for light heavies, but there's plenty of opposition that Willie Hutchinson can fight. So I look forward to seeing more from the Don. But yeah, after that, I thought Eddie Hearn was going to get back into the competition with the next fight on the card, which was Nick Bull versus Raymond Ford. Nick Bull was fighting on behalf of Queensbury, and Raymond Ford was fighting on behalf of MATCHROOM. In the press conference beforehand, Eddie Hearn was talking the big stuff, you know what I'm saying? He was making out like Ford was the next best thing, and that Ford was a champ, he did have the belt. This was truly a 50-50 fight. Nick Bull always brings heart. He's pretty good technically, he's compact, strong, quick, he's willing to stand and trade. He's got some good qualities, Nick Bull. Same with Ford. Ford didn't look too bad either. He looked like he was taking his time, picking his shots. And yeah, it was a good fight, all round good fight. It went to all the way through the fight to the 12th round. And to me, it looked like Ford just did enough. I felt like he hurt Nick Bull quite a few times, blooded him up. But I think Nick Bull was just a bit more busy. But I think the judges felt a little sad for Nick Bull because previously he fought Vargas. Was it Vargas? Somebody like that. And he missed out on an opportunity to be a champion. I felt like he won that fight, and because of that, there was a little bit of sway towards him in this fight. And I think he got given the nod ahead of Ford for the simple fact of they were trying to right a wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like they did with what's his name? Jack Cattrall and Josh Taylor. Jack Cattrall definitely smacked up Josh Taylor, but the scorecards were crazy wide, and I felt like that was because how they robbed him last time. Similar situation, Nick Bull got the nod from the judges simply down to the fact of, yeah, they felt like he was owed. That's what I think anyway, because I missed the first couple rounds of the fight due to technical difficulties, and I'm saying wasn't in the studio, was running it off the phone on a Rago one. But that's what we do here at MORETIME. We keep the ball rolling, we keep it moving, you know what I'm saying? And but yeah, from what I saw, Ford had the better work, the cleaner work, more damage, lacked a little on the aggression. Nick Bull won that category, but apart from that, Yeah, I felt slightly robbed. So my fight prediction for that one was a Ford win, and we were robbed of that. So I got one prediction right. That was the first fight, and in this fight, I missed out, man. Ford should have got the nod. Another point is, I feel like you have to beat the champ, innit? And they didn't give Ford that luxury that they normally give to other fighters when they've had a close fight and it could be given either way. I feel like they should normally give the nod to the champion because you really got to go in there and beat him up. You got to take that belt. You can't be like, you know what I mean, dilly dallying about your decisions and that, because I don't feel like he went there and took the belt from Ford. I felt like he was kind of awarded the decision based off previous, you know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, that was good. I felt like Ford, if he did a little bit more work, he would have got the nod. He took it well. He took it on the chin, as a boxer does. You know what I'm saying? He had no choice but to take it on the chin, and yeah, and he did. He congratulated Nick Bull. Nick Bull got a title. He's now a champion, so I'm happy for him in that respect. But I do feel like it was a bit of a robbery, that fight. But yeah, it was another good fight. First two fights, a lot of action, a lot of things going on. So yeah, Matchroom down, Queensbury up 2-0 at this stage in the night. Frank Warren, big grin on his face, looking happy with what was going on. I'm not surprised. Eddie Hearn's been talking a lot of shit over the years. So yeah, it was what it was. So from the Nick Bull Raymond Ford fight, we moved on to the Austin Ammo Williams versus Hamza Shiraz. Another good fight. I feel like Shiraz took his time to warm into the fight. Uh, he didn't do anything stupid, you know what I mean? Early on in the fight though, Ammo did have some success. When they first stepped out into the ring, the size difference was apparent, the reach difference was apparent, but he gave it a good go. He tried the old haggler style, just moving, dipping in and out, trying to get into the inside and do some work, but he did rock Shiraz a few times. I did see Shiraz wobble in the earlier stages of the fight, maybe 2 times, maybe even 3 times, but not enough to hurt him. He didn't look hurt at any stage. His knees kind of went, picked himself back up, like he didn't drop all the way down. And then slowly as the fight carried on, he took over and was quite destructful with is that a word? Destructive, that's the word I'm looking for. Jesus, it's been a long night. Quite destructive with his shots, and he started to pick Ammo Williams apart. Ended up stopping him. Can't remember what round he was stopped in, but it was a final eliminator for the WBC middleweight strap. So the next fight for Shiraz will be a title fight, and it was okay. It was an okay fight. I think it wasn't as 50-50 as people made out. I feel like Ammo was nowhere near the technical ability. Also, the size difference was mad. I don't know how Shiraz even fits in that weight category. I know he's slim and skinny and that, but just size wise, it was a bit much. But yeah, that claimed. So Frank was already 2-0 up, and from this fight he claimed double points for Queensbury because of the knockout, the stoppage. So that was double the point. So he was then 4-0 up after 3 fights. Looking forward to seeing more from Hamza Shiraz. See him in some other fights. Hopefully they give him someone tougher, because Ammo did not drop him, but made his knees buckle. So someone of a bit more higher caliber, a bit more of the same size, height, and reach. We'll see the best of Shiraz, and you know what I'm saying. That's what I want to see. I don't like seeing one-sided fights. It's boring as, you know what I mean. You could just see it. But fair play to Ammo. He did try. He had heart. You know what I'm saying. And that's all we could ask for as fans. So yeah, that was 3 fights in. I got that one correct. So I got the first one correct, which was Willie Hutchinson. I got Ford wrong. Then I got Shiraz beating Ammo Williams right. So I got 2 out of 3 fight predictions right so far. And then we moved on to the 4th fight of the night. And that was nothing to do with points. It was just a bonus fight they put on the card. When I seen the fight happening, I thought, I swear it's 5v5, not 6v6. But yeah, they put that on as entertainment just to keep Bivol ticking over, and it was Bivol versus, what was the guy's name? Malik Zinad, that's it. So we had Malik Zinad versus Dimitri Bivol, and that was a good fight also. I appreciated the jab of Malik Zinad. His stance, because he was quite a long rangy fighter, he was popping off the jab, but the genius boxer that Dimitri Bivol is managed to figure it out, and figured out that a stepping jab followed by hooks was the way to get him out of there, and he did. He dropped him in the first round, and then from there it was pretty much hanging on time for Malik Zinad. Another brave guy stepped into the ring with Dimitri Bivol. But it was all over by round 6. Dimitri Bivol stopped him. And that put in place... It was just a tick-over fight, really, if you think about it. But now he's in a decent position to fight Artur Beterbiev, who he was meant to fight. But it's looking like that's going to take place on the October the 12th. And that will be for all the marbles. That will be an undisputed heavyweight world champion, light heavyweight world championship. So that was like a little break fight in between, and then we had another big fight. Daniel Dubois, aka Daniel Dubious, versus Filip Hrgović. Let me just go back. I did get the Bivol fight right as well, but this is where it went downhill for me. And my fight predictions, normally I get them spot on, but I went with my heart on this one over my head. And yeah, I'm going to stick with my brain for the next breakdowns, because that never does me wrong, you know what I'm saying? But I did think Filip Hrgović was going to get the win over Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubious. And it was a great fight. It was for the IBF interim heavyweight title. So Daniel Dubois, what round did he get him out of there? I can't remember, but he was busting him up. Filip Hrgović started out really well, got off some good punches, but Daniel managed to just walk through it, hold his own, and then take over in the latter stages of the fight. The fight was stopped due to cuts to the eye of Filip Hrgović, and the referee waved it off because he couldn't continue with those gashes in his eye. You know what I'm saying? If that was Tyson Fury, they would have let him continue. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what Wallin's cut to Fury's eye was way worse. But it is what it is. Daniel Dubois, dubious Dubois, got the win, beating Filip Hrgović by referee stoppage. And it's good for Daniel, man. I'm kind of happy for him. He's had a torrid time, but he's managed to jump back in the game with a win over Jarrell Miller. I think that was a big confidence booster for Daniel Dubois. You know what I'm saying? Because Jarrell Miller's kind of the immovable object, but he managed to just punch him up and get the stoppage. So from then his confidence grew. And in the Filip Hrgović fight, he just had more punches. Filip kept trying the 1-2. It was 1-2s all night from Filip Hrgović. And I did say he needed a lot more shots in the locker. He needed more angles. He did well, but he was well beaten by Daniel Dubois. So Daniel Dubois is now in for a title fight on his next fight. He wants Anthony Joshua. I don't think it's that wise to call out Anthony Joshua. I feel like Daniel's got power, speed, good shot selection, but I feel like Anthony Joshua just outmatches him in every category. I think he gets smoked. But I'm happy to see that fight. I'm happy to see Daniel Dubious Dubois versus Anthony Joshua in September at Wembley for a belt. I think that'll be a great event. British headline at Wembley always goes down well. I'm sure the British UK fans will appreciate it. I'm sure the international fans will appreciate it. So that was that, and I got that one wrong. So my fight prediction for that was a Filip Hrgović stoppage. Dubious Dubois came through and did the damn thing. And then we rolled into the main event, which was Deontay Wilder versus Zhilei Zhang. I don't know what to say about Wilder, man. I gave Wilder the fight prediction win. I didn't think he'd beat Zhang. I just wanted him to beat Zhang so we could get the Anthony Joshua Deontay Wilder fight, just to settle that argument, because I've been in Anthony's corner for the last, how long have we been doing this? These fight predictions and stuff. Talking about boxing. Maybe about 4 years. 4 years I've been saying Anthony would just finish him. And then even before that I've been saying it before I've even started streaming. And we had the Wildettes and the LBC fucking boxing community, the Americans just giving it the big one, knowing full well their man has no skills. He has a wicked, crazy knockout percentage, but when you look at the people he's been fighting, it's been pure tomato cans, you know what I'm saying? And he's been stat padding his whole career. Shelley Finkel just mashing things up for Deontay Wilder. Yeah, it was pretty wild. It was a pretty wild fight. Wilder started off well. I say started off well, but he does what he always does. He just moving back with the jab, like you don't fire the jab. The jab's got no intentions of hurting anybody. It's a rangefinder, and he's just pouring it out. I remember when Anthony Joshua used to do that when he was in that weird stage after fighting Andy Ruiz. And the pouring jab is no good. They've got to fear the jab. It's got to be spiteful. It's got to be like a fucking javelin. You know what I'm saying? And Deontay Wilder did no such thing. Kept moving backwards, trying to set up the big right hand, moving back, Big Zhang's just walking him down, and cut the long story short, it only took 5 rounds for Zhang to get Wilder out of there. It was a crazy stoppage. I think we can have a look at it. Hopefully MATCHROOM and that don't get my shit fucking copyrighted. But let's head over to the screen capture, mates. Right. So as you can see, let me jump back a bit. It all started when Wilder tried to throw a right hand, but he didn't set it up. It's not like he set it up with a triple jab or a body hook or anything of the sort. He just tried to inch in, throw that right hand. And as he's thrown it, Zhang's countering with a right hook. And you know, Zhang's a southpaw, but from his hooks I've seen him hurt people with these right hooks as well, man. I think he got Joyce out of there with a hook as well. And yeah, it was all downhill from there for Deontay Wilder. As the hit happened, boom, Wilder stumbles. He does like a pirouette, but he also spins the wrong way. This is what flabbergasted me, bamboozled me, is that when he got hit, if he just turned back anti-clockwise, he would have been in a way better position to defend himself. But as you can see here, he goes clockwise, turns around like this. He even looks at the referee. I swear he looks at the referee like, help me. Referee, look at him looking in the eyes of the referee. Referee's like, look, the fight continues. He does the pirouette. Zhang runs in with another chopping right hook. Boop! Sleeps Wilder. Wilder's just on the floor. Head hit the canvas. Looking hurt. The referee gives him the 8 count. Not the 8 count, he was giving him the full 10, but he got to 8, told him to walk forward. Something in Deontay Wilder's eyes must have been gone, missing, because the referee just waved that shit off. No hesitation. And it was game over for Deontay Wilder. Big Zhilei Zhang. He's taken out a few Donnies now. The only ones he's lost to is Hrgovic, which he should have won that one. And Joe Parker, where he dropped Parker twice. But I felt like if Deontay Wilder was a bit more busy and managed to get through to the 8th, 9th, 10th round, he would have stood a way better chance. But he did absolutely nothing the whole fight. He got a few right hands off, but not good enough, man. And that was that. Zhilei Zhang got the win. It was a clean sweep for Frank Warren, and Queensbury beating MATCHROOM 10-0 due to the double points and whatnot. But I want to talk about something. This brother here, yeah. This brother's an actual fraud. I actually don't rate Malik Scott whatsoever. It's all good threatening Jamie Carragher and that, because Thierry Henry wants a piece of your missus and that. But you're just an idiot. I don't know what you're training Wilder for. I don't know why Wilder felt like your advice would help him in any situation, because ever since you took the mantle, he's just been losing, man. Malik Scott is a fraud. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? I felt like it. Deontay Wilder's the fighter. He's the one lacking different punches. When you're the trainer, though, you should be helping him with that. and the advice you're giving just to set up the right hand because that's the killer, the NyQuil and that, is not the right one. You know what I'm saying? That's the wrong strategies. And he's just dead boxer himself. I mean, I thought he took a dive against Wilder, but I've looked back on highlights and the punch did get through, but he just dropped to the floor easy. And then straight after that fight, you want to train Wilder. Like, I don't know what Wilder was thinking in that regards. Like, why is the guy you beat gonna help you in any way get better? So that's what's happened to Wilder. He stayed static. He stayed in the same place. He hasn't moved his career along. Anthony Joshua's gone around multiple trainers, settled with Ben Davison, and he's found his groove and he's rejuvenated. You know what I'm saying? Daniel Dubois rejuvenated with his new trainer. You know what I'm saying? Derek Chisora's old trainer. And it didn't really work for Derek Chisora, but Derek Chisora didn't have the attributes that Daniel Dubois got. So it's easier for why do I keep forgetting his name? Dubois' trainer. Anyway, I'll be here forever trying to think of his name. But you know who I'm on about. Daniel Dubois' trainer. He's improved Daniel Dubois a lot. A lot of people have mixed up their trainers and improved. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they all chose trainers that have something to offer. Whereas I don't think Malik Scott has anything to offer. I think he likes the sound of his own voice. He's just sucking up to the Bronze Bomber. I know he can't tell Deontay Wilder anything. Deontay Wilder's just looking at him like, you're a chump, I knocked you out. You know what I'm saying? Why would I take your advice? And that's the pitfall of having your friends be your trainer. You know what I mean? Because you're not really listening to them. So, yeah, don't rate Malik Scott whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? I think he's done Deontay Wilder a disservice. I also think the other guy in the corner is a waste man as well. Is it Brit? No, it's not. I forgot the white guy that had the ice bag on Deontay Wilder's head. He's also another fraudulent character. The only one that I rated was Breland. Was it Mark Breland? He's the trainer that got fired due to talking the truth. I feel like he's the only one that could have improved Wilder. But I think Wilder's done, man. It is retirement central for Wilder. I don't want to see him fight again. He's taking way too much damage, getting clobbered left, right and centre. And yeah, that's it. Just walk off now, walk away into the sunset with the peas you've already made and live a good life with your family. All the best. But the boxing world no longer needs your services, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much it, people. That is how the night went. It was a great night of boxing. Eddie Hearn in the bin. Queensbury. Frank Warren doing the damn thing, you know what I'm saying? Clean sweep. But like I said before, Turkey Al Sheikh has more ideas for more 5 versus 5, Matchroom versus Queensbury. I think they should try and get some other Sky Sports if they got some fight. You know what I mean? Get whoever you can promoter wise with a good stable of fighters to join in. But hopefully Eddie can pick some better fighters on his next one. I mean, if Daniel Dubois versus Anthony Joshua is gonna be a headliner, then under that we could have some more Matchroom versus Queensbury fights. I think that makes it a good event out in Wembley. But Eddie, man, you've got way better fighters. You should have picked. Where's Dillian White? You know what I'm saying? Dillian White would have fucking put up a better fight against Daniel Dubois. You know what I'm saying? He probably would have put up a better fight against Zhang. Any of them. You know what I'm saying? So maybe we can get that. Maybe we can get Anthony Joshua versus Dubois, Zhang versus Dillian White, and then in the other weight categories, use some boxers that you actually fuck with that's normally on your stable. Because the only one I seen that was on your stables was the Craig Richards guy, and he's rubbish. You know what I mean? I'm sure Eddie's got some other fighters, man. You know what I mean? Can't be getting the whitewashed clean sweep. Crazy. Matchroom in the bin. I know Eddie's pops is angry, but it is what it is. But yeah, people, you know what it is. More time is more time. I'm the Monk. You've been watching Monk's Boxing Breakdown, the 5 versus 5 special. It is the aftermath, and that's pretty much it, people. Make sure you tune in to the next live watch along. Not sure what that's gonna be, but I'll let you know. There's plenty of fights coming up. I'll check the calendar and I'll do a breakdown to let you guys know beforehand what we're covering anyway. But if you do like what you're watching, hit the like, hit the subscribe, come and join the More Time family, and let's build, man. We're on the road to 500 subs, currently on around 450. We need 50 more subs, man, and we hit our target for the year. So let's do it, man. Big ups everybody. I'll be the Monk. More time is more time. You've been watching the Monk's Boxing Breakdown, and I'm out of here. Actually, before I do that, I don't want to see this disgusting creature ever again. Eddie Warren, Frank Hearn is one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen in the game. And Eddie Hearn kind of deserves it, man, because he's been kissing Frank's ass, you know what I mean? Acting like a chump and that, so he deserved to lose. He needs to bring spiteful Eddie back, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he'll get some dubs then. But until then, Frank will be taking over. But like I said, more time is more time. You've been watching Monk's Boxing Breakdown. I'm the Monk. I'm out of here.